let's just do it. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Welcome to the other. Are you doing it?
Can you actually start it?
I'm trying to. Welcome to the Utter Nonsense Podcast. My name is Matthew.
My name is Max.
How you doing, Maxie?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Matt?
Oh, thanks for asking. You never asked, so thank you for asking.
You are 100% welcome. I really don't care. We have a special guest on today.
We do have a special guest with us. I'm very. You want me to give you the intro? You want me to give you the proper intro? All right. So we got the host of the podcast, Don't Bite Your Tongue with Mooky. His podcast, they go over, him and his friends go over various topics like sports, music, wrestling. I was lucky to be a guest on it earlier this week where we talked about wrestling and if you watch wrestling NXT War Games. We have Mr. Darius Bryant, a.k.a. Mooky. How you doing, dude?
What's goody, y'all? Y'all heard that on audio.
I already popped mine.
You got a backup drink too? Shit.
I know.
Hey, bro, I come prepared, you know?
Are you drinking whiskey, Matt?
I'm doing whiskey ginger ale.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah,
I got spice rum over here. Hey, I'm so glad to join you guys, man.
Yeah, thank you for this. This is going to be awesome.
So Mooky, just for our viewers, where are you from, man?
So I reside in North Carolina, Greenville to be exact. If you guys ever heard of East Carolina?
Yeah.
Like East Carolina, like ECU and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna smile and nod like I do. But Matt, you've heard of East Carolina?
I've heard of it. I couldn't tell you a fact about it, but I've heard of it.
Okay, what's good in East Carolina? What when people come out? What are people?
What people know about ECU is like it's one of the biggest party schools on the East Coast.
Maybe that's why I've heard of it.
That is not just a joke. Like I'm telling you, I'm like people literally come here and everything because there's nothing else to do around here besides drink. And turn up. That's what people do.
When am I moving? When am I signing my moving papers? And when am I?
I was gonna tell y'all whatever. I'm pissed that like Corona has to happen because I've never been to California before, so I want to see y'all.
Hey,
shit.
You're welcome to come visit, man.
You're welcome. Come visit.
When we can actually like be in the same room together, you are more than welcome to join us.
Hey, look, exactly. When this shit goes right, y'all wear y'all damn mask and everything. Like.
Dude,
Can we all just stop for a second and understand that guy from Carolina saying wear your mask? That's how it should be.
I'm telling you, look, don't think guys, do not think everyone from the South is ignorant. Trust, we are not. But yeah, like Matt was saying and everything, and I appreciate it too, Max. Like, I do a podcast, Don't Bite Your Tongue with Mooky. Like, I have a various of different shows from It's the Real to Us. Damn it, we talk all things wrestling. Live from the nosebleeds, all things sports. Little side thing with sports and Tar Heel Talk, all things North Carolina, basketball, football type stuff with that.
It's an awesome podcast.
Right. Yeah. Ox Me Later, where I do like album reviews and talk music. From the Roots to the Top, where I talk up and coming artists with one of my homies. Just a bunch of them, man. I mean, it's so many to name, honestly.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, no.
Go ahead, bro.
What if you had to pick a baseball team, a football team, and a basketball team? Where are you going?
Okay, this is easy. Basketball. See, because I like to keep everything local. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few people where it's local because, like, it's a lot of people down here in Carolina where it's like, oh yeah, I like the Steelers and I like the Cowboys, and I'm like, dude, we live in North Carolina. Like, but basketball, I cheer for the Hornets.
Okay.
I like that's what I'm saying. People can never question my shit. Yeah, because I was a Bobcats fan. We was winning 15 games a year, and I was like, we still repping those. And then when the Hornets came back, I was like, yeah, because I had all my Hornets paraphernalia from as a kid, and I've gotten back into the Hornets. Football, Carolina Panther fan. I mean, like I said, also cheer for the Panthers back when we were absolute trash.
Yeah. I'm
not
a Patriots fan.
I got on when Cam was dope. Word.
Yeah. Hey, you guys did some work, so that's all I got to say.
Man, look, we got there, it didn't finish. That's it didn't matter twice, actually.
Well, his team stole your boy. Cam Newton's not Pat.
Oh yeah.
Well, he can't throw over 100 yards right now.
He can't. He can't.
Give us Brady back, man.
Right. And then baseball, we was talking a little bit prior and everything. Like, Matt, you're a Dodgers fan, and Max, you fuck
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go. I see you champion.
Gotta rep the World Series.
Max, you said you fuck with the Red Sox. Shout out to my great grandma, rest in peace. She raised me as a Atlanta Braves fan.
No.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
I've been a fan of the Braves like since about 97, 98.
Nice.
Like real young kid or whatever. Like baseball was one of the first sports I actually like was into or whatever. And I was into it right around maybe like 2010, 2011 too. But then we kept listening to the fucking Astros when they were in the NL Central. And I said, I can't do baseball no more, man. We listen to the Astros one more time. And that was pre-cheating. Think of that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
fuck the Astros.
I don't. My teams have never cheated in their life. Boston has been
Boston's super
safe,
honest,
safe, honest team.
For the people watching the audio, my face right now.
I know. Hey,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Mooky looks like I'm saying just honest words with his face. For people that are watching the audio, for people that are watching the videos, don't watch Mooky's face. All right. So to get on to kind of a little tangent here.
Take us, cowboy.
We have two big time, may I just say, fakers. Wrestling.
You know you're the minority right now, so we can kick your fucking ass. We can kick your fucking ass right now.
Wrestling fan. So
Max is convinced that they land on pillows, that every punch doesn't hit, that nobody's ever been injured.
Never.
The never been injured. Wait, did you show him fucking?
I've shown him the clip.
Did you show him Candice LeRae breaking her arm because a chick jumped on her with that chair on top of her?
I didn't. I just showed him Walter's chops as an example to show what a real hit is.
I'm telling you, look, it's predetermined. It's not fake.
Max, for your context, the pay-per-view we talked about, a girl broke her arm in the middle of the match and kept fighting.
So can I ask
you would have probably rolled out of the ring and bitched and cried.
Can I ask a question? So it's predetermined,
I'm a guest here.
right?
I love it.
Right. So it's predetermined. So if I'm about to, if I need to do a 3-hook barrel roll off the half pipe or whatever we're gonna call it,
I hate you so much.
I feel like I'm listening to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater right now.
Pro Skater 2.
That's a great game.
No, but if I'm gonna have to do that, like that's predetermined. So like where does the pain, where does the MMA, where does all that come into play?
What do you
The
asking?
thing with wrestling is it's spots. Like they predetermine the match and the wrestlers call the shots in the ring. Like some people do it on the fly, some people plan out entire matches kind of like you would, I don't know, let's say a play or something, or like a script, you know?
Got it.
They all take real hits.
Have they ever? I asked my co-host this before. Have they ever gone off script?
Oh yes,
the Montreal
screw jobs. Yeah, screw jobs.
The Montreal screw job was the champion Bret Hart was supposed to win, and his opponent Shawn Michaels ended up rolling him up and winning, and they gave him the title, and Bret Hart had no idea that was going to happen. It was the Montreal screw job.
So he was leaving and going to another company and everything, but he couldn't leave obviously as the WWF champion at the time.
Right. So how do screw jobs happen? That's not scripted, right?
Everyone knew but Bret.
Yeah.
Like Shawn knew, like they pretty much like fucked him in the ring. Like
So wait. At the end, what do they do? Do they actually try to knock him out in the ring, or is it more of a
Bret like spit on the owner and then backstage like gave him a black eye because he knocked him out.
Yeah. Wow. That was like the biggest screw job of them all.
This is why I say whatever.
This is what I'm saying.
Exactly. This is why I say whatever. And like, you know, when Matt jumped on, because it's still real to us. Damn it. I'm telling you, we live this shit. That's what we live right here, bro.
All right. So how about this? After this podcast, what I promise both of you I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch a wrestling match that each one of you guys pick, and I'm gonna talk about it on our next podcast.
Wait, real quick. I want to. What would your pick be? Because I know mine right off the bat.
If he wants something real or whatever, like, okay, between like, if he wants a good wrestling match or if he just wants something where it's like, okay, you cannot fake this.
I want your best. Well, I don't care if it's faked or not.
I could give you a best match, of course, but I can also give you like, you can't make this up. Hell in a Cell between Mankind and Undertaker.
Oh, yeah. That's when, are you talking
Hell
about
in the Cell.
The first one or the second one?
I talk about a man or whatever where like he went through a cage and he wasn't supposed to go through the cage, and like his tooth ripped out of his mouth and shot up through his nose.
They're on a 30-foot...
Like ripped through his lip and shot up through his nose.
They're on 30 feet, right? 25, 30 feet?
Yeah, it was like 25, 30. Boy.
Yeah, they're standing on top of the cage and Undertaker slams Mankind and the cage panel gave out and opened and the guy dropped 25 feet into the ring. Head. Yeah.
Like his best friend came out because everyone thought he was legit dead.
All right. So this is how it's going to...
Wait. I'm not done.
Okay, yeah.
For best match, I would have immediately said Taker Michaels 25.
I'll give you that. Also, I was gonna say if we're going indie-ish type shit or whatever. Not indie-ish.
Yeah.
Gargano, Andrade take over Philly.
Okay. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know NXT
Gargano
or
2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh, that's a brutal match. That's a beautiful match.
Yeah, take over New York.
All right, Max. Transition to whatever you're trying to say.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is how this is going to work is whoever wins the trivia quiz that I got just for you guys. I got a trivia wrestling quiz. That's actually pretty tough. But whoever wins the most points, we're going to do five easy questions. Whoever wins the most points, that's the clip that I will watch. And I will talk about on our next podcast.
For clarification, Mooky, for you and for the viewer or the listeners at home, this is going to be strictly WWE. Max, I don't think Max doesn't know anything about Indies or AEW.
There is one special Pokemon question if there is a tie.
We can get it popping, sir. I downloaded a ROM hack the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Yeah, dude. I was one of those guys way back when with the Pokemon. What was that thing called? You had to plug it into your Game Boy. I don't know if you ever had those. The shark. It's a shark thing.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the Game Sharks.
The Game Sharks. That was it. Yeah, man. I was one of those guys. Yeah, just rare candy it up.
At one point, I thought you were talking about like the 64 joint that you plugged in. Like you can put your Game Boy into the 64, whatever, and play like Gens 1 and 2 on the 64.
That was revolutionary back then. And now look, we got a Switch like 18 years later, like doing the same thing. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into do you know more wrestling than a wrestler?
Do you know more wrestling?
I don't know. I just made that up. Here we go.
Utter nonsense. I love it.
Utter nonsense.
Utter nonsense.
Can you tell this is scripted?
No, it's never. It's wrestling, man. It's scripted.
Fuck you.
Question number 1. The longest women's championship reign lasted an astounding 10,170 days and belongs to which WWE Hall of Famer? We're gonna go with Darius first because he is our guest on the show.
Okay, I was gonna say how we're doing like a buzzer or whatever. This is so simple. This is so simple.
All right. Do you need an A, B, C, or D, or do you got it?
The not so fabulous Moolah.
Oh, okay. So you think it's Fabulous Moolah?
He's right.
He's right. Damn. Okay, the answer is the Fabulous Moolah. Look at her, man. Look at what she looks like.
She wrestled for decades. She was still taking bumps at like 60 something, man.
Yeah, you're kidding me, dude. This girl looks like someone that would make me pie. Make me pie, and it's one of those. She puts the pie outside, and I float outside the ring. That's the fabulous stupid. All right, question number 2. Which of the following superstars is not billed as being from parts unknown? Matt, question is you. Is it A, the Boogeyman, B, the Berserker, C, Giant Gonzalez, or D, Kane?
Well, I know Boogeyman and Kane. I don't remember the Berserker or who was C? I wasn't, to be honest.
This one's tough because it's either A or D, but I guess I'm gonna pick D.
Okay. That isn't from Parts Unknown?
That isn't.
That isn't.
Which one of them isn't from Parts Unknown?
That is not from Parts Unknown. Boogeyman, Giant Gonzalez, the Berserker, or Kane?
I think it's Giant Gonzalez or Berserker. Because Kane was from Parts Unknown.
It's 1-0. You could help Matt,
Giant
but I would.
The way the question is worded got me messed up. The way the question got me was worded got me messed up. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not built. Matt, you only have 5 more seconds.
I'll go Giant Gonzalez.
Giant Gonzalez. All right, we're at. Mooky, you want to jump in? What are you thinking?
I'm just gonna pick Boogeyman. Then fuck it.
Boogeyman. Here we go. And our guest got another one. The Boogeyman. The Boogeyman was not.
Wasn't he from Parts Unknown?
Not from Parks Unknown. Yeah. Wow. I don't even know what is Parks Unknown. What is this? Is this just like
because
a spin-off?
I guess Kane. Well, I don't know much. Well, I know a lot about Kane, but his brother was from Death Valley,
right?
So you know what I'm saying. I guess
Parts
And then the
Unknown
other
was just
two-
meant to be mysterious and hellacious, kind of.
Like, no offense, no one cares about the Berserker. And then Giant Gonzalez is literally just like, he's known only because he was like huge and had a WrestleMania match against Taker.
Right.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah, but what? I don't. Sorry. As one of our viewers and as me, what is Parts Unknown? Is that like just like a place?
It's meant to be like
area?
A mystery. Like, where are they from?
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Or is
Like,
the Undertaker?
The Undertaker's from Death Valley because death. Like,
because he's deaf.
Yeah, no. He's from Texas. He's not from Death Valley.
He's from
okay,
Texas.
Yeah.
Got it.
But like, yeah, no, it's just meant to make it more mysterious.
All right, so we're 2-0.
Where did they say Boogeyman was from? Then?
I really want to get to this Pokemon question, so I'm going to give this next one to Matt again. Of the following superstars, who is not a former NXT champion?
Oh, this is easy.
Yeah.
Big E, Bo Dallas, Neville, or Tyler Breeze?
Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah.
Was that easy?
That was
Did you
super
know
easy.
that one?
There's
Did
only
you
like
know it,
there's only
Mookie?
been like
Obvious,
17 NXT champions.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at this guy. This guy looks. I mean, he looks
Tyler
like
Breeze is great.
the Cookie Monster. He looks like the Cookie Monster
Who?
because
Tyler
he's wearing
Breeze?
this. Yeah, he's wearing this blue poofy thing. Is that not his normal look? Is that?
I mean, yeah, it's a Breezango look, but I wouldn't call it Cookie Monster.
I don't know. It looks like he's
a super. His gimmick is like a supermodel type.
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Got it. I dig it. I dig it. Work it. Question number 4, Matt. So it's 1 and 2. Well, again, it's kind of like golf. We're going to give it to the loser at the point. True or false? Santiano Marella.
Santina Marella.
Santina.
I meant that. Debuted in Milan,
Debuted?
Italy. Debuted.
Why is this a tongue twister?
where he defeated Umaga.
Umaga, yeah.
Did I say that right? To win the Intercontinental Championship. Did he do it? True or false?
Yeah.
He did? Mookie?
I don't know if he won the Intercontinental
That's false.
title.
You
But
think it's false?
didn't he beat Umaga?
I don't think he beat Umaga or whatever.
I thought he beat Umaga, but he didn't get the Intercontinental title.
If he did, that sounds like a super troll. But that also sounds like some shit they would potentially do.
Because they pulled him from the crowd when he debuted.
It says to win, by the way. It says he won the Intercontinental
Then I guess
Championship.
not. No, because he wouldn't have won the Intercontinental
I
title.
need to give
off
this
him.
one to Mookie. I really do. I hate to be that guy, but you said true. Mookie said false.
I was talking it out loud.
It is
Damn.
true, however, so you are right.
I don't get a second.
You're right. You're right.
No, I'm not right. I said false. I took it back.
Did you say false?
I said true, and then I talked it out. I went, no, that's not true. He didn't win an Intercontinental title off Umaga.
Well, it was true.
Oh, shit.
Let's just give it to you so it's a tie, so I can
Also,
maybe...
Sure, I'll
rest
take
in
the
peace to Umaga.
Yeah, seriously.
He did. It's a true. So you guys were both wrong and then right
He
at
won
the same time.
Intercontinental. I know he debuted out of the crowd against Umaga, but I didn't remember him winning the
Yeah,
title.
I didn't know he won. Shit.
Yeah.
Question for Mookie. What was the result of the first ever WrestleMania match in 1985? Was it A, Andre the Giant, Deaf Big John Studd, B...
Defeated.
Thank you.
I am weak.
Like, deaf? What are you talking about, deaf?
B, King Kong Buddy defeated Special Delivery. C, Junkyard Dog defeated Greg Valentine. Or D, Tito Santana defeated the Executioner. 1985. 1985. See? You think it's Junkyard Dog defeated Greg Valentine?
I know that was at a WrestleMania, but I don't know if it was the first one. So
You're saying the very first match?
1985. First ever WrestleMania match in 1985, yeah.
Oh, I have no fucking clue.
I'm going to go see just off the fact Andre wouldn't start the show.
I don't even know if he was at the first WrestleMania.
He was at the third one.
Right.
For sure.
That's the only one.
Can I just say Andre the Giant is the one that I know, and I think he was phenomenal.
There's a dope documentary on HBO.
Mm-hmm. Super cool.
Oh, yeah. I've watched it. It was phenomenal. And then one of my favorite movies, Princess Bride. So
I heard y'all talking about that, man. That's what's up. Trust me. Mean Girls is like my movie where I can't reveal to everyone that I fuck with.
We all have those hidden.
That's a good movie.
I fuck with Pokemon 1. That's in the back.
Facts. Hell yeah.
Facts. All right. So you think Junkyard Dog Matt? You have permission to steal. Do you think it's Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, Special Delivery, Tito Santana defeated the Executioner?
I would
the
say
other ones.
I would say D.
Tito Santana defeated Executioner. Matt. You are correct. You pulled ahead by 3.
There we go.
You pulled ahead by 3. Tito Santana defeated the Executioner in
Holy
1985.
shit.
I knew he was part of the first WrestleMania. I just couldn't remember if he was the opening match or not.
And
because I know that Junkyard Dog actually did win because I just know it was I knew it wasn't the first one, but I was like, it happened. I want to say.
Dude, look at these guys though. They're like, there's nothing like nothing poofy about it. There's this guy that looks like kind of a Spider-Man with a mask, and then there's this big guy that's just curling him. I wish you guys can see this, but this is old wrestling. This is maybe how it kind of started, and then it became like big. Probably after this is what it looks like.
Also, we're all in our late 20s, so the fact that we could even talk about shit before we were born.
Right.
I know. Look, way to go, you guys. All right.
That's real smartness.
By the way, there is 6. I lied because of the tiebreaker question. So this one goes to you, Mooky. Complete the following sentence. I'm the Miz, and I'm...
Awesome.
Awesome!
Is it awesome?
Yeah.
Is that where it's awesome?
Yeah.
In that same tone.
It is awesome. Which brings me to the, of course, tiebreaker because it's 3-3, and I actually didn't plan out to.
I really question your grading system.
It's 3-3. It's 3-3. You guys,
I don't know how we got here.
You guys did a great job. So we're gonna end it off with a question that you guys both know. Dark Pokemon. What is Dark Pokemon's weakness?
Got it.
Fuck, I don't remember.
You ready? I got it.
Wait, hold up. Let's. I'm going to give you guys both a chance.
Okay, I got it.
All right, whatever. Mooky, do it. Hit it.
Fighting type.
There's 3.
There's 3.
There's 3 different ones he's weak against? Or Dark is weak against?
And it's weak against.
Fighting type's definitely 1.
That's
the main one I know.
Is Fairy? No. Normal. Isn't Normal in Dark? No. Fuck, I can't remember shit about these things.
I need 3. You guys. I actually, what I'll do, you said fighting.
Yeah.
Just give me 3, and the ones that, and Matt, you give me 3 too, and whoever gets more wins this game.
Fine.
So I'll go with Mooky first. Mooky.
Dark type. I know it's wrong, but give me Steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got one more. You got to give me one more.
Oh, okay. One more.
One more. It's 3.
Shit.
No, that's okay. Our podcast is not rated G, so you can say shit as much as you want.
Look, same with mine or whatever. I'm like, I put the joint or whatever, so y'all know. Do not let your children listen to this.
No, okay.
My little niece asked my mom or whatever, like, yo, what's Uncle Mooky doing or whatever. It's like, yo, chill.
Here, I'll give you an A, B, C, or D for this last one because it is. I'm going to give you Psychic. I'm going to give you Dark, and then I'm going to give you Fairy.
It's Fairy.
Yeah, I thought so.
Okay, so you got Fighting and Fairy, Matt.
Yeah, Fighting and Fairy I would have guessed too, and then I think Normal. I think Normal's strong against Dark.
You can't pick the same thing that Mooky did. You can only pick one of the same things that Mooky did.
Out of 3?
Yeah.
But I said Fairy out loud.
I'll let Matt finish or whatever because I can go ahead and take. Well, I don't want to spoil the normal thing.
I'm looking at it too.
Did you look
No. Look, my phone's over here. I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I know something about Normal that I just want to reveal later, I guess.
All right, here we go.
I know.
It's definitely not Normal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And Mooky will elaborate on that, but
hit me.
You did say one of the other things. You did say it.
Very normal. What else did I say?
You said it. You did say it. It's fine though. Yeah. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds.
I don't remember what I said, honestly.
You did say dark. It is fighting dark and fairy. We're gonna give this to our special guest. We're gonna give this win to Mooky
because I knew fighting was definitely a thing. I mean, I didn't think about weak to itself, but I mean, I guess that does make sense.
I didn't know it could be weak to itself.
Yeah, certain things are like that. But
what were you gonna say about normal?
Normal type doesn't have super effective against anything, but fighting is special effect, or super effective against normal.
Okay. And dark as well. Fighting is also against dark. Fairy is a new one. Honestly, when I first started Pokemon, Fairy was not. Shit. Yeah, that's Gen 6, where they had to create like
when Pokemon went to 3D, it became trash. I said it.
It did. And you know what? It sucks. It sucks that it did because I mean, Ash finally won the Johto League like 8 years later, and that was like the biggest news of the year. But
I remember it being on the cover of Time magazine when
he got cheated out of Gen 6 or whatever because he should have won the Kalos League, but because he had a water dark type against a fucking fire dragon. But
how do you remember that shit?
Yeah, because you got to dodge it. And by the way, there's no such thing as dodge. Like in the TV show, I remember they'd be like Pikachu dodge, and like I wish I could do that when I'm playing my video games like Showdown, but there's no dodge button.
Or you can get Pikachu to fucking like hit the sprinklers or whatever and like get water on Onix.
Yeah, exactly.
That just made sense, right?
Yeah, like there must have been sprinklers in a rock gym. Like that's what are they sprinkling?
He brought out
rocks.
He brought out fucking Pidgeotto against Geodude, and rock types are special or super effective against flying. I'm like, sir. Ash did a lot of shit, man, where it's just like, ugh.
Dude, red is where it's at. If you know about red, you know that red was the shit. Red was the shit.
Manga.
Dude, that anime is sick. And I don't know if you're an anime guy, but
I am, yes sir.
You're about to open a rabbit hole, dude.
I'm a big. What's your favorite? If you top 3.
Favorite anime?
Yeah, top 3.
Number 1, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Sweet.
Number 2, I'm classic Dragon Ball Z. That's everyone's top 5. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Did you watch Super or no?
I have not got on Super yet. No.
You got to get on Super, man.
I need to, but like literally, I said I'm gonna wait till they finish everything because call me crazy, I don't care. I only like dubs, man. I cannot do subs. It's too much focusing, man. I like to like kind of do shit while I'm like,
Sure. Yeah, for all of our anime fans, I'm not with him on this dub thing. So at the same time, I totally am like undercover. Like if I'm an anime fan, I'm an undercover dub, but like overcover, I'm like, no, like you got to watch sub. But what's the third?
Inuyasha.
Oh, dude, those are the best.
I fucking love Inuyasha.
You can't beat the best.
I finally finished it like this year, actually.
Nice.
Finally,
and then
like I got a little bit of time during quarantine or whatever at the beginning, and I was just like, I need to just do this for my life. I went back and watched Yu Yu Hakusho from like beginning to end. Like I got a lot of stuff handled in quarantine.
Can I ask you a question? North Carolina. So you say that you guys party a lot.
Yeah.
Like, are these like fraternity parties or are these just like bar parties? What's if I wanted to go to North Carolina tomorrow and I wanted to get on a plane, where am I partying in North Carolina?
I mean, like, of course, I'll be like, yo, come out here in Greenville, fuck with your boy. Raleigh's dope. I mean, that's the capital, of course. Charlotte's incredible. Charlotte's really blown up as a city. I mean, Greensboro, like, just, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like, is there a bar that you go to? Is there one that you typically...
Yeah, I go to, like, most of the ones down here in Greenville and everything, man. I haven't really been doing stuff since. I mean, because they've opened back up or whatever, but
how shitty is this?
Are they open again?
You guys are open?
We went to phase 3 like a couple of months ago, whatever, and like people have been going to the bars, but what's crazy about it, they opened up at like 6 o'clock and like closed at 11, and I'm like, dude, I'm still on the toilet at 8 o'clock. So I'm like, like me and my homies are still pre-gaming until about 11:30. We don't even get to the club till like almost 12.
Right.
Whenever we were going and shit. So
I'm so honestly like that. The worst part about this whole COVID thing, like I talked to my cousin and she's like, Max, are you really going to get the vaccine? Like, you don't know what it's going to do to your babies. And I'm like, fuck, as soon as that thing comes out, I'm plugging it in my arm and I'm going to a club. I don't even care. It's like, I'm over it. I just want to go out. I want to enjoy my time. I want to go back to a dance clubs.
Yeah, and
like
that's the thing. Like, I'm more of a
shit.
club guy than a bar guy. Because I mean, bars are cool. Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm a dancer. Like literally, like, because me and Matt joke like, yo, you know, we like. Some people are getting in shape during quarantine. The rest of us are getting fat and shit. Cause like I normally just drink all the time or whatever. But like I'm also like dancing the entire time in the club. Like that's just who I am. And I'm not getting my fucking extra cardio on the fucking weekends at, you know, clubs or whatever. So it's just all catching up to me. I'm like, damn, this is some shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, and I could go in on this for like days, but like this has been like the worst. Like dancing was my cardio. Like you just said, dancing was my shit. And then like concerts, if I, you know, in California we have, I don't know about where you're at, but in California, EDM concerts or
dude, yes,
I've
been to like 2 or 3 raves.
They're the shit, man.
I went to a glow
great.
party last year, matter of fact, something like that.
A what? A glow party?
Yeah, it was okay, remember, I've been to 2 or 3 glow parties, but last year I never. What I'm trying to say, I went to a paint party because I said I want to like go somewhere and just fucking get splattered in paint. And
they just throw paint at you,
dude. They're the coolest.
It's like EDM type shit or whatever, and there's just fucking like everyone has like little paint guns and shit or whatever, kind of like super type style.
Low key, I've always wanted.
And that's what I kept saying. I was like, yo, I gotta do this shit if I get too old. Where I'm like, yo, who this old motherfucker like at the party? You know what I'm saying?
You're just like an 80-year-old.
Yeah, I had to get it turned up. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta do this year because like there's one in like it was one right here in Greenville or whatever at this place, and shout out one of my homies or whatever. He was like a bouncer at this one club I go to, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna show up later, but I'm gonna be covered in fucking paint. Am I gonna be able to get in? He was like, yeah, my homies know you. They'll let you in. I was like, fuck yeah. So I came to the fucking place covered in paint, just like still dripping wet from like wet ass paint on me and shit. It's like 40 something degrees out and shit. Ooh. Which that's one of my questions or whatever. The part of Cali y'all in, like, what's the coldest y'all get?
Oh, please.
Right. I dead ass just found out that Cali had mountains like a year ago. I had no
What?
clue.
Oh yeah, we got a shit ton of mountains, dude.
I'm telling you, I don't know about everyone here from the South, but like most people from the South or whatever, when they think of quote unquote California, we think like y'all just like surf and do like beach shit all the time or whatever. And
I mean, mainly
my neighbor downstairs or whatever, she's from I don't know what part of Cali, whatever.
Hey, who's your inside source? Town? Who's your inside source? like, we need to find them. They can't know the secrets of surfing.
I'm telling you, but like she told me like over on the Pacific Ocean or whatever, like y'all's water is cold, and I'm like,
oh, it's freezing. Yeah,
over here on the Atlantic.
We're on the Pacific. We're on the Pacific.
I'm saying over here on the Atlantic though. I'm trying to tell y'all, like dead ass.
Yeah,
motherfuckers go to the beach year round.
Yeah, see, we go to the beach, but it's cold.
Whoa!
People still go to the beach or whatever, and it'd be like 60 out.
But it's warmer in the Pacific than it is in the Atlantic for sure, 100%.
But I heard y'all gotta wear like bodysuits and shit,
wetsuits.
Yeah, I mean,
like bro, I've never seen nobody. Well, I've seen like 1 or 2 people here wearing wetsuits, but they're like surfers and shit. Like,
well, the surf
water here is warm.
I do actually. That brought me up to my next question, which was, what is kind of a misconception with Kentucky, or not Kentucky?
Did you forget what state?
Yeah, I forgot what state. What's
North Carolina?
North Carolina. I don't know why I was thinking Kentucky.
A misconception about North Carolina, at least if you're asking a North Carolinian, as you know, of course, I rep Carolina to the fullest. I feel like, you know, like I say, dream interview still the baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Charlotte. You know, also shout out, you know, J. Cole out of Fayetteville or whatever. That's like an hour and a half away.
Probably the best rapper.
A misconception
of all time,
about North Carolina, I would say, is that sometimes people think like the entire South is like hicks, and I could take you to some hick ass towns. Don't get me wrong, but also like the places I named earlier, like Greenville, Raleigh, you know, Charlotte, Greensboro, you know what I'm saying, like spots like that or whatever. Like now, of course, like I said, I'm not even super well traveled, of course, or whatever. Like I can literally tell you guys like the first I've been in all 4 directions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you guys' version, like if y'all took me to like y'all's version of the club, I'd probably be like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I'm saying? Compared to like little shits I'm used to like here. But I would just say like the misconception is like everyone thinks like, oh, you know, everyone is just like I remember going to New York once or whatever, and I told them I was North Carolina, and you would have thought they was talking about like they thought North Carolina was like Alabama.
They just assumed it was like deep south or something.
Like Kentucky, like this terrible host just
you know what I'm saying? Like, I got all my teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, it's like
no. I mean, the thing is, one, and this is I'm now engaged. I have a beautiful fiance.
Congrats.
But congrats to you.
Way back when. I dated a South Carolina. Which is not North Carolina, but I was dating a South Carolina girl, and very more educated than me, more sophisticated, more like just a cool girl all around. Definitely not hick or anything like that. So
right.
I think that is a misconception, especially like with the South and with us.
To be fair, Max, so that's like most of the female population is more sophisticated and educated than you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, co-host. Thanks for the heat. But when it comes to us, in California, like now my fiance, her grandma is all like, oh yeah, the crazies are from California, because you know they see all the the Kardashians and the oh my gosh, I need to get mine going. They need to go Jake Paul. All these people are from California, but that's just not us. You know, we might be the craziest, but we're not the craziest. You know what I'm saying? But
I feel like over here we have a perception of people from the West Coast as far as like, oh, they don't do nothing all day but like smoke weed and like surf and like skateboard and shit like that, and rollerblade.
That's all I need to know. Your
that sounds like a fucking so
we can take them out.
That's really only like 90% of the day at most. It's not much.
That sounds like I ain't gonna front. My thing with y'all is like I never realized like certain things with weather, because I've always been like, there's no way, and like I said, I just found out y'all had mountain stuff, but I was like, there's no way, like when I be seeing certain people like wearing jackets and shit and hoodies in California, I'm like, what's the coldest y'all get? Because I'm like, at least with Eastern North Carolina, I'm telling you, like, you can talk to anybody from Eastern North Carolina. We can have all 4 elements in 1 week. It can snow on Monday and be 70 on Friday.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. It was like that last year.
SoCal, it gets cold at night in the winter. Like it can get to the 40s.
It doesn't get cold.
It can get in the 40s.
Don't talk to him about cold. It's 40s.
You're
cold.
wearing a fucking vest right now, you dumbass.
Yeah,
you're the one.
He's wearing a bubble vest. He is.
Yeah. It gets.
I can confirm this.
It can get down to the 40s at night in the winter, but like in SoCal, people will wear a snow coat when it's 65 out. Like they'll just assume that's
like, for
freezing.
example, the high today was like 63.
Yeah,
and I was just wearing like a long sleeve shirt.
What's your low? What's your cold? If I had to say, hey, if you said, hey, it's cold out, what would it be?
For me, that's right around the 40-ish.
Yeah.
What? The same? No way.
Yeah.
We don't get to we don't have snow.
Yeah,
how do we get?
We get snow here, but like a lot of times or whatever, it's not. It's rare. At least with Eastern North Carolina, because even like North Carolina is kind of like I feel like Cali and North Carolina are like similar in this way. It's like we both like. You can go to one side of the state and have the beach, and go to the other side of the state and it's the mountains.
Yeah.
What's if let's just say I wanted, because my pastime job is real estate. So let's just say I wanted a beach house,
Wilmington,
in North Carolina. How much am I dropping for a beach house in North Carolina?
It just depends on which beach you're going to. If you're going to Topsail, if you're going to Wilmington, if you're going to Atlantic, like
if I'm going to a popular beach,
Wilmington,
North Carolina, Wilmington. I'm going to a popular beach with a nice beach, like not like a chunky. Is it Wilmington?
Wilmington's probably going to be one of the best beaches you can get out here.
Carolina
Beach,
So,
Max, you can't mute yourself while you're talking.
I know. So if I wanted a house on Wilmington, how much am I going for?
Now, I ain't gonna lie, you probably have to Google that and everything, because I'm not like rich enough to be out there in Wilmington like that. Out there and everything. But like compared to the prices I feel like y'all are used to in Cali, you would look at us like, holy fuck, can I move to North Carolina tomorrow?
That's what I'm. Honestly,
people come to the South or whatever, and they're like, oh, now I see why everybody moves down here or whatever. It's shit's so much cheaper, and I'm like, maybe we're all just broke then. I don't know.
No. Like that's, I mean, and it's not that. It's the fact that, for example, me and my fiance are looking at houses, right? And for like $500,000, we get a condo, like a 2-bedroom, 1 bath condo. Condo.
You be living rich in North Carolina.
Condo.
You would have a house with like, fucking Lil Wayne 10 bathrooms. I could shit all day.
That's what I'm saying.
Dead ass.
So 250,000 Americans are moving out of California because it's just too damn expensive here. And I'm just like thinking, I'm like, hold up, you're telling me that this beach, Wilmington Beach, which I'm going to look up. I haven't. I mean, I don't know if you guys have Zillow. I'm going to try. I think you have Zillow. Everyone has Zillow. So if we go, okay, I'm looking right now. Yeah. Okay. So for $405K, so about the same, you get a full blown house near Wilmington. Not on the beach, so I'm not looking on the beach, but still 500, and you still get good weather. You're telling me it doesn't snow like year round. You're
and that's
telling me
like too, like if you ever by Wilmington or whatever, even if y'all got snow, like that shit is melting away like soon or whatever.
Right.
It's real windy over there.
Tomorrow. I'm moving tomorrow. I'm gonna come over. We're gonna drink. We're gonna go to all these clubs and we're gonna have a good time.
I'll tell you, look, y'all come to Carolina. I want to come to Cali. I definitely want to come to Southern Cal. Hell yeah.
Hey, wait, we got a spot, but
I am fucking down.
I mean, Matt, do you have anything more to ask or more to say?
I was more fast. You just went on like a 10-minute rant backs about so many random things. I was just listening.
I dug it, man. I want to like.
No, honestly, I love this cross coast thing because I've always asked people like, dude, I have no clue what like
life is like.
Like we have humidity, but y'all have dry heat. What the fuck is dry heat?
Oh, hold up. You have humidity.
Yeah.
I work no. Like I said, I didn't tell y'all or whatever because like shout out Murray, you're a chef and everything. You know, like Max, you say you do real estate. I do landscaping. I'm outside.
Right.
And people are like, yo, how do you have dreads? And you're like, outside. I'm like, dude, the heat don't bother me. I hate the cold. From December to about February, March is the time I'm like miserable.
Well, here's my question, because honestly, humidity scares the crap out of me because like it's like I'm sleeping in bed and it's like I'm sweating.
It'll be like 85 or whatever, but like the humidity will make it like 95, 100.
Is it cuttable? Is it like a Scooby-Doo? I could cut a donut out of the humidity and take it out.
Are you asking that like literally?
It was like a joke. That was a joke. It wasn't like I don't actually think you're gonna cut out.
Literally, you can go underneath like a tree and it'll be like 10 degrees cooler. Is that true?
Oh, 100%. The shade's 10 degrees cooler.
Crazy. Yo,
is that crazy?
There's no ducking humidity.
Yeah.
No way.
Nah. Dry heat is
North Carolina. Like, for example, my cousin lived in Florida for like a year or two, or whatever, down in Jacksonville, and he talked like. He's like, Florida's awesome, but fuck this shit. Like, do you guys have hurricanes?
No. We have earthquakes.
See, earthquake sounds like crazy to us or whatever, but like we have hurricanes here.
Yeah, hurricanes sound terrifying.
Are just like a roller coaster, honestly. Yeah, that's all that it is. I was in a movie theater. Do you guys have D-box seats down there?
What's that?
Well, way back when movie theaters were a thing, right. they made in some of our theaters they have like seats that kind of move with the movie.
That might be some shit in Raleigh, but I've never personally been to one, no sir.
Yeah, so the thing is, I was in this movie theater and I knew that there was no D-box seats in here, but there was an earthquake that hit us while we were in a movie theater. And I think I was watching like Harry Potter and like the guy was like, I'm out of cadaver. And then went, I'm like, oh, we got D-box seats. And it's like, no, it was
Now, which Harry Potter are we talking? Because I actually do know 1 through 7.
It was Deathly Hallows part 2. It was the finale.
So 7 part 2.
Yeah, but my favorite is Goblet of Fire for sure. For sure.
Part 4, hell yeah.
Yeah, hey, Emma Watson never looked better. Never looked better. That's what I'm saying.
That's a ting right there, you know.
when she was walking down those stairs, you were like, that was the first time when like I was like, I think I was like young. I was young, but I was like, that is a girl that it just came to my mind. I was like, damn, Matt, we're talking Harry Potter now.
I'm here. I'm listening.
No, that took me back to like, because I was telling Matt, not like, because of course, my thing about it is like, you know, when we reached out to each other and everything, I'm not just gonna jump on a podcast I don't know about. So of course I listen to you guys, you know. And like the first episode I listened to you guys and everything, and like of course, you know, me and Matt had talked about it, Max. We were like, when you're getting on him about like, you know, he needs to propose and everything, whatever. Your rendition of Beyonce's, I'm telling you, man, me as a proud member of the Beehive, I was like, this is incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I gotta say that like you watched the last, what was it, the last Super Bowl? Was that what it was?
Yeah,
when she performed,
where it was Shakira and J-Lo?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't even know how old those ladies were. Okay, and even Beyonce, like I didn't know how old Beyonce was, and they look fire. Like they are just gorgeous.
Yeah, black don't crack.
Just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, black don't crack.
Insane. And Shakira, man, those hips don't lie. That's all I got to say. Those hips just don't. I went to a live Shakira concert once.
Word.
When did you do that?
I went with Nassim.
No, you didn't. Nassim went with his mom.
And he went with his mom, and I went with my fiance. We got separate tickets, but yeah, no, and she is a smoke show. She's just insane. But no, but all I have to say is like my rendition of all of those. You don't want to see my Shakira one. Only my fiance gets to see that one.
I want to see your Shakira one. If I'm being completely honest,
my hips just don't lie. That's all I gotta say.
That's what's up, man. That's what I'm here for.
We're on a visual media currently. Please perform.
Yeah,
no, absolutely not.
Please,
absolutely not. So
there's no shame here.
A last question that I have. So you're in landscaping. You have this podcast.
Yes,
what made you want to start podcasting?
Man, I love that question. I really do. So I've been listening to podcasts since 2015. I literally found it by mistake on SoundCloud, where the first pod I got on was Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz's Brewing Idiots.
Okay.
And from there, it took me into like the Read and like, you know, then I got into like a lot of ESPN podcasts that led me to the Ringer, a bunch of other stuff or whatever. I listened to like, you know, everything from like, you know, wrestling now to you guys ever heard of the Dollop, you know, stuff like that and everything. But last year and everything, because I started in June. So, and I could tell some people, I've told
about the same time that we did. We about started.
But you started in June of 2019, right?
Yeah, June 2019. Like the end of the month.
Right.
Gotcha.
The 28th to be exact. So what's crazy, and I like shit. Because I have my black Yeti mic now.
Mm-hmm.
But over here I have a silver Yeti mic, right? Which shit, let me grab that. Because
no way. Is this so? This is like your older mic, your first.
It's a story behind this for people watching or whatever. There's a story behind this or whatever, right?
I actually like that one. I like it. I like
this is the first one I got, right? And I don't know if you can see it right here. You see a little bit of rust.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was just chilling and everything, right? And I saw it in the trash can. And I was like, what is this doing in here or whatever? And I just grabbed it and just like took it, right?
Yeah.
Plugged it into my computer and was like, holy shit, this thing works.
Oh, shit.
And I had it for a little bit and everything. And like at one point in time or whatever, and I've kind of recently got back into it and everything, like, you know, like writing and creating music and everything, right? You know, I have a SoundCloud or whatever.
Okay.
And
what's the SoundCloud? Plug it for a second.
It is the same thing as all my socials or whatever, you know, between Twitter, Instagram or whatever, Mook Dog, and the O in dog is a 0.
Okay.
Mook D0G.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Check it out. Everyone check it out. All of our 25 viewers. Yep.
Hey.
Definitely check it out.
But like, so I was like,
going.
yeah, I'm gonna get back into like music and everything. And like, I was kind of doing a little bit here and there and all that. And then eventually, like, I started to just think like, you know, how hard is it to do a podcast? And then I really looked and I'm like, oh, like I have a laptop now. I have this microphone. Like, let me really look into this. And like, when I go into something, I go full, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
100%.
You know, I started to look at like, okay, how this was going to be or whatever. And like, I knew like, I don't want to just be put in one box or whatever, because I just don't want to do one podcast. So I kind of created like the little shows. Like the first one I actually came up with was like the first idea I had in my head was gonna be like music before I came up with the name Oxmulator.
Mm-hmm.
Oxmulator?
Oxmulator.
Oxmulator.
Kind of like Ask Me Later.
Like Ask Me Later.
Yeah,
Oxmulator. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out my homie Keto. Like he helped me come up with that name, man. That was really dope. That was like one of the first ones I came up with and everything. Cause like the original name I had was 808s and Hot Takes.
Oh, that's a good one.
But that one was taken. Because my thing about it is like when I was like, I'm gonna go in this shit, I'm really gonna look into it, right?
Right.
And I looked and like 808s and Hot Takes was taken. So I was like, okay, I can't do that, right? So I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm gonna come up with a name and then I'm gonna come up with like little side shows for the, and all their names. And then Oxmulator popped up. I came up with Live from the Nosebleed. I'm like, okay, there we go, sports. I'm talking to my homie, like, we're big in the wrestling or whatever, my boy Corey, before, the homie Will even jumped in. And I'm like, okay, the classic phrase, it's still real to us. It's still real to me, damn it. And I was like, it's still real to us, damn it. Okay, cool. Like, so I'm looking and I'm Googling shit. I'm like, okay, that's available. Ooh, okay, that's available. Okay, boom. I want to get talk to one of my homies or whatever. Like, yo, we're gonna talk about Carolina sports. Okay, well, Tar Heel talk. Boom, right? Like, so I'm doing all this shit. I'm thinking of all, like, everything's in my head. I'm writing all this in my phone. Like, yo, like, okay, we really go. Like, I'm gonna do this shit. I'm really gonna do it, right? And I remember like talking to like a couple of friends or whatever. Some people are like, oh, you shouldn't tell everybody about your business. I'm like, nah, like my friends, they're, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, no, most of our friends are the ones that have been, on the show. So, I mean, the friends are there for you, man.
But I also had people where it was like, I don't know if you can do all that or whatever like that. Like, that's going to confuse people or whatever. I don't know if it's going to work or whatever. And it's like,
we're utter nonsense, man. Like we
literally, it's crazy to me or whatever.
Shit.
Like, I literally had like homies or whatever being like, I don't know if that'll work. And I'm just like, I don't think you know how serious I am about this.
Right.
Hey, so all I gotta say is mind over matter. What you think about, you bring about.
So like, I got it started, and I figured out how to do it. And like, of course, there's some episodes or whatever where it's like the audio sounds absolutely trash. Like I said, like even like a while ago we did pre-production or whatever. Like I was like, okay, this is how you get in. This is how you talking to the mic. Like I remember, like how we talked about like dancing in the club and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a podcast coming on the way, like because I live like 2 miles from the downtown scene here in Greenville.
Okay.
I'm like walking home and shout out to homie. His name's Will, man. Like, I appreciate him or whatever. Like,
shouting out to all the homies.
Yeah, like he has a podcast and everything, but I mean,
what's his podcast called?
It's the Co-Host Wrestling Pod. He doesn't even do it like on like podcast anymore. Like it's a Twitch channel now.
Oh, he just streams it?
Yeah. But like at the time he was still doing podcasts and he was like, yo, like if anybody like wants to join, hence the name, the Co-Host Wrestling Show. So like it's 3 a.m. I'm walking home or whatever. And I DM'd him like, yo, I got a microphone. I'm trying to get into podcast or whatever. I want to jump on the show. And he hit me back like a week later, like, yo, like if you're down, let's do this. And I was like, okay, fuck yeah. I was talking into the mic the wrong way or whatever. And it really inspired me. And I was like, and he gave me a lot of tips and was like, yo, I'm telling you, this shit's easy. You can do this. And I was like, okay, right. So I really just figured it out and I started to get the landscapes of the show. And from there, and, from everyone listening to utter nonsense or whatever, like I talk so much.
No, hey,
so I'm just like, yo, I can do all this shit and everything, man. Like this is easy or whatever. So I was really just getting the homies being like guests and everything. And I'm like, yo, we can do this or whatever. Cause I feel like eventually when it's dope, the people will catch on. Like if you put out, like I always heard like whatever, which going back to Charlamagne and Andrew Schultz, the first pod I ever listened to, they was like, if you put in the work, it will catch on if you're authentic. And I'm like, I'm me. I mean, 100% me.
The thing about you too, dude, is like, yeah, you have episodes that go long, but like I've been listening to you since we, started chatting and stuff. But like I lose track of time, and I'm like, I realize I've listened to like a 3-hour episode.
Yeah,
but time just went by because you and your guys, you're so entertaining, you're so personal, you're having a fun time, you're doing good with it, and you're. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for people still listening at this point, if you haven't checked out Don't Bite Your Tongue with Mooky, you really need to, because it's a really entertaining podcast. It's really,
and I love it because I'm like, I literally look at it like, it's me and my homies having conversations that we would have. And some people are kind of like, I don't know if I want to be. I'm sure y'all been through the same thing where it's like, I don't know if I want to be recorded and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'm telling you, bro, like it'll dead ass be a conversation. Like you'll eventually forget like you're even being recorded and shit.
Exactly.
It's not at this point, it's not even, it's exactly that. It's just a
right.
conversation.
And like
between,
they hit me up like, yo, you ain't gonna have me on this episode, bro. Like that's a lot of the shit I deal with now. It's like, you know, I do this shit and everything. And then like, you know, I blink or whatever. And I'm like, dude, like you said, started this shit like June, like end of June in 2019. I'm already on like 229, 30 episodes.
How many episodes a week, and when do you post, just for our viewers and our audience?
Man, I mean, shit. Look, if you talking Monday through Friday or whatever, some weeks you'll get 2, some weeks you'll get like 4 or 5.
It really depends. It's just hey, if I want to talk, to talk, then I'm just going to talk, and that's just
sometimes or whatever. Some shit will happen. I'm just like, yo, we got to get this out or whatever. Okay, boom. Like sometimes my girlfriend is just like, oh, another podcast or whatever. But other times she's just like, yo, you know, like you're like. Just think you started this out as a hobby, and I'm like, and I love it because it's still so much fun.
Yeah,
I was actually glad too, and I'll tell you now too, Max. Like when Matt hit me, like, yo, bro, I'd love to do this and everything. I'm like, bro, people have like hit me and everything, or like we follow each other on pod or whatever, and I'm like, yo, let's collab, let's do this and everything, but they don't really follow back. And I'm like, well, what was the point?
Right.
Like, we can only grow because I'm like, yo, it's too much money out here for everybody to be taking, for us not to be taking them too.
All right, I'm cutting you off, Max. I'm wrapping this up because you've had you've had so much.
We could talk forever. I'm
telling you, this is what I do, man.
Thank you, Mooky, for being on the show.
Mooky, thank you so much for coming on this, man. This has been awesome.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the invite. Like I said, the olive branch, man. Like we got to do this often, man. This is incredible. I love this.
You want to shout anything out for yourself? Plug anything before we do this?
Man, don't bite your tongue with Mooky, man. Like the same way, whatever. I got the link tree. It's got all my pods or whatever where you can get them at and everything, you know, from, you know, like everyone's everywhere, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, you know, like Stitcher. I got to talk to y'all over there because my shit's not on fucking iHeart. That's what's up.
I'll tell you after this how to do that.
Hell yeah. Like I said,
I'm those 5 stars.
Hell yeah, I'm supporting.
Stars.
I got a couple of homies on Twitch or whatever. I got like a new shit coming out pretty soon or whatever. Sometime in gamers, supporting my homies that do Twitch.
Yeah.
I make a monthly playlist from my Apple Music and my Spotify or whatever. That's also in the link tree or whatever. You guys can check that out and everything. Just, you know, I'm like I said, I'm big into music, man. Like that's what I was doing before we started here. Just vibing.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about that more off air.
What's your SoundCloud, Mooky? One more plug.
Yeah, my SoundCloud. Like I said, like some new music is gonna be coming out soon or whatever. Because I've been getting back into like just like little freestyles and shit and everything. The same as my, like I said, the Twitter, my like Instagram and SoundCloud are all the same or whatever. It's MOOKD. The O or whatever is a 0 from there and a G. Mook Dog.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, everyone, please go support and check it out. They're all his. I mean, I haven't listened to your SoundCloud yet. I'm going to after this for sure.
Yeah, I just got back into like my official SoundCloud. Like it's all old ass music or whatever. But like, trust me, my homie been cooking up some shit real soon about the end of 2020 strong, man. It's been a shit year, but we got to give
and it's strong.
Hey,
I don't even know what 2020 is. It went 2019 and it's going to go 2022 for me. I'm skipping over 20 and 2021 because I think it's going to be.
Everyone
just
was like,
bad,
2020 could be my year, and it turned into the year from hell.
Yeah,
it did. Yeah, it did.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Mooky, so much for being on the Utter Nonsense
appreciate
show.
Y'all, man.
Thank
Shout
you.
out Utter Nonsense and everything. Max, hey, this is the best, bro.
Max.
And of course, what we're going to do is we're going to slap those cheeks of the subscribe button, hit that follow button, and we're on YouTube, Spotify, Twitter. If you want to see Mooky's pretty face, hit us on YouTube. We're not on Twitter yet, but we will be.
I'll do the wrap up, Max. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you so much. Just end us. End us up there.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow. Your support means the world to us. If you want to check us out, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. If you like looking at our pretty faces, we're on YouTube. You can check out Mooky's pretty face as well. Please give us as much support as you can. You telling your friends, giving us reviews, liking, commenting, sharing. It does mean the world to us. Mooky, once again, thank you for doing this. This has been an awesome time.
Hey, thank y'all, man. I appreciate it, man.
And Max, I'll talk.
That's it.
I'll talk
I'll
to you
see you later.
another.
Honestly, I'm not going to talk to you the rest of the week.
I'm so sick of your face.
All right, bye.